Hi everyone, welcome back to Dramatic Budgets. If this is your first time here, then my name's Lisa and I'm on a debt-free and hopefully savings journey to get rid of what started out as just under £11,000 worth of debt. If you have been with me before, then thank you so much for coming back and joining me for another video. So I'm quite proud of myself because it is Wednesday and it is the day that I said I was going to sit down and do my budget with me, and I actually have. So I know I've been a little bit slack with filming and things, uploading recently. I've got lots of little plastic rings from my new dice challenges, which I am going to show you at the end because I've made a little bit of a decision about what I'm going to use them for. If you've watched my last video, you'll see 2 videos ago my happy mail. But first of all, we are going to go through my budget with me for October. So it's a nice, thank God, it's a nice 4-week month, so it's perfect. I'm feeling quite positive going in because I have been paid more than I have budgeted for, and I'll sort of explain to you what I'm going to do with that as well as we go along. So the month is going to do, it's nice 4 weeks within the month of October. So we start on the 2nd of October and finish on the 29th. I get paid a day early this month with my normal payday being a Saturday. So we get paid nicely at the end of sort of week 4. So it's going really well at the minute. It's looking good. So the only things that these are the things that I've got down as booked in so far for this month. So it's my anniversary at the weekend of week 1, but my other half is working that weekend. So we're actually going out this weekend for some drinks and some food. We've booked a fairly new Indian restaurant to go and try. So we're going to do that. So to be honest, this one will probably be a bit more of a takeaway, either something that we buy and just stick in the oven, or something from the takeaway shop. We don't actually get a takeaway from a takeaway very often. If we do, we usually buy a pizza from the supermarket and just stick it in the oven. So we'll do that weekend. Week 2 has got a friend of mine's birthday, which is just it's just to remind me to wish her happy birthday. I don't send cards or anything for her. Or the end of week 2, my friend and I are going to see Nashville in the concert in Manchester. It is a matinee, and I do need to organise train tickets this week, I think. My other half works for the train, so he's forewarned me not to bother even attempting it until at least 2 weeks before, to make sure there's no strikes on that day. So fingers crossed. They won't announce any in the next couple of days, so obviously I will need some money for that. Then week 3 we have the meal with mums and daughters as usual, and then I've got 3 friends' birthdays all on the trot, but there's only one that I actually will send a card for. The others we don't tend to send cards, so that will be there. And then on the last week there is nothing apart from payday. I think I've got I haven't bought tickets yet, but I think there is a Friends show on some point in this week, but we haven't sort of decided on tickets or anything like that yet, so I've not popped that in. So it's a bit of a mixed bunch. It is a bit of a social month this month, but not too bad. I don't think it's anything I don't have to worry about. So this budget is obviously going off what is budgeted to finish at the end of September, but I checked my wage slip today. I don't get paid till tomorrow, but my wage slip came out today, and I've actually got £400 extra to what I got last month, which is still, and that is over what I budget for as well. So my plan is to put that money to one side, because I am going to book the hotel in London for the night before myself and my other half go to Germany, because we're flying from London Heathrow, so we want to be down there the night before. So I'm going to get that booked, so that will be done. I will probably book the train tickets for Manchester out of that money as well, and then see if there's any other expenses that I need to pay off. Things like I owe my sister a small amount of money, not very much, but yeah. So what I'll sort of do is I'll take money, move the money completely aside, and sort that out. And once I've paid everything that I think I need to pay this month, then I'll see how much money is left, and then we can maybe put it into some sinking funds and do it as a bit of an extra cash stuffing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's the way we're working it at the minute. So the rollover budget is £887.04. The first week bills is my house insurance and my registration fee, so £34.25 and £30.25, making, I just realised you can't see, £64.50, which leaves £822.54. My usual expenses for food, fuel, spend and miscellaneous is going to be the same. So 100 for food, 50 for fuel, 20 for spend and miscellaneous £5. The only difference to this is because I am doing so well at the minute with my online shopping. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave all of the money for my food in the bank, again put to one side, except for £10 a week. So what I usually do is let the money go out, and then I swap over, I put the money in the back to bank, and take the change back out, so that I've got the change as if I had gone and done it, you know, sort of in store. So I'd got the change for the penny challenge and stuff like that. Obviously the difference with that is that I've found I've had to keep putting money back in the bank this month, which is a little bit annoying. So what I thought I'd do is if I leave £10 out per week for the food, I can move it in every Sunday so that it's in the bank to be able to pay my bill, and then I'll still have sort of the change. I hope that makes sense. I've just realised that sounds really rambly, and the shadows on this are really bugging me, so I'm going to try putting a light on and see if that makes a difference. Not really, but we'll go with it. I am filming this during the day, but it's a bit miserable and rainy outside, so that's where the lighting's all rubbish. So yes, that's what I'm going to do with the food money. So everything else is the same for the first week of the month, and then challenges obviously doesn't get budgeted for, and then I'm going to put £280 into sinking funds. This is my usual monthly stuff that I put into sinking funds at the beginning of every month, things like the emergency cupboard, etc. So that's that. So that's £280 taking us to £367.54, and of course the £2 overdraft budget. So that is £365.54 for the end of the first week, which is quite scary sounding, but actually most of the direct debits will have gone out by that point. So that's what we're budgeting for week 2. Bills for week 2 is just my Freeman's account and my dishwasher, so £15.68 and £4.30, which is £19.98, leaving £345.56. And then the food, fuel, spends and miscellaneous will be the same as it usually is for the rest of the month, but again I will just stuff £10 of the food actually into my wallets. The rest will stay in the bank. So that's £75, leaving £270.56. Challenges not budgeted, and then I've got £15 sinking funds, so that takes us to £255.56. Overdraft of £2, so that is £253.56 for the end of week 2, beginning of week 3. So again, week 3 is just my Currys insurance and my new second credit card. So anybody that's been with me before has probably noticed that this has reappeared. So the Currys is £2.99, and my minimum for the new credit card is just £10 for this month. So that gives us £12.99 for bills. So £240.57. Again, £75 for the expenses for the week, exactly the same as all the others. £15 for sinking funds, which then takes us down to the £165.57 and then £150.57. £2 for overdraft, so that's £148.57 going into the last week. And then we will have my salary go in at the end of that week. Again, I still don't know what my basic wage is. I think I know I'm working a weekend in October, and then I don't think I'm actually working one in November. I think it's November. I'm not working any weekends. And so hopefully by December's pay, we'll know exactly what my basic wage is. So yeah, it'll take us a while to get there, but I'm happy budgeting, like under budgeting at the minute, because at least then it means I've got a little bit of leeway in regards to money towards the end of each month. So yeah, so we're just classing the salary as £1,928.55. So that will give us a total of £2,077.12. And then because the month is going to end before the end of October, there isn't a whole host of bills going out that week either. So there's my internet at £33.74, mobile at £13.14, car finance at £159.82, Kindle at £9.49, Audible at £7.99, which is the only one that will go out before I get paid. Netflix at £6.99, my utilities at £100, and my car insurance at £42.55. So that's a total of £373.72, leaving us £1,703.40. The usual expenses, so that will be £75, leaving £1,628.40. 15 into sinking funds, leaving £1,613.40, and then obviously the £2 overdraft, which should leave us with £1,611.40. Now, if I've calculated correctly, which I won't have done, there should be around £140.58 to put into savings at the end of the month. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be right, because obviously my budget's always my payday's always like before I get the end of the month, so it's always a bit wrong. But it's nice to sort of look at that possibility, even though I know it's probably not going to happen. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with October, the way that October is going to be. I'm thinking really positive. August was a really terrible month for me, and September it's been okay, but it's been a little bit worrying due to the fact it's been a 5-week month. So yeah, we will see where we're at with the extra money and see what happens there. So the other thing I wanted to show you whilst I was on camera really was what I decided to do with my Happy Mail dice challenges. So obviously anybody that hasn't been with me before, my sinking fund stuff-ins for the other weeks, I use a pack of Uno cards, and I sort of have a list of the numbers and do it that way. And I won the giveaway from Gillian Budgets. So with that money, which was a £15 Etsy voucher, I purchased some more dice challenges, which is what I use at the moment for my spending money challenge. So I thought what I would do is use them to try and track sort of my annual sinking funds. So once the Uno cards have finished, what I'm going to do is have so much set aside each week, and I'm going to sort of start through my annual sinking funds until I've got no money left, essentially. So, and then obviously move down. So the more debt that I obviously pay off, the more I should have for my annual sinking funds. I'll still do the dice challenge for my September one. I'll still have like annual, my usual savings challenges that I use with excess money left over each week. But I just thought this might be a fun way for me to get the annual sinking funds especially bumped up, just because I am aware that Christmas is 3 months away and I've only got £100 and odd in there and stuff like that. So I'm hoping it's just going to be a way to help me bulk those things up. So I'll show you what I've done with them. So emergency fund anybody that doesn't know, I've already got this little emergency fund binder which I use. So this is kind of just a place card essentially in here for that. So I have not bothered using one for that. The credit card obviously is just used off whatever money is left in my account the night before payday, so that is fine. So holidays, I'll be honest, I really dislike these trackers. I bought these. I think it's just trackers in general that I don't like, but I've kind of been using them, just these. I paid for these and never really used them, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to use them and try them out. Yeah, the bug me, so I'm probably just going to get rid of those if I'm honest. So my holiday sort of goal really is for oh, I just realised I've used that other one, is really £1,000. So what I'm going to do is, once I've finished the I'm not going to do them while I'm doing Uno stuffings. I'm going to do this to sort of track the money instead. Because obviously I've got some money in there at the minute, and I go on holiday in December. So yeah, so we're going to use the Save 1K challenge for that. I usually book the next year's holiday around about the November time, and then end up paying my other half off bit by bit, so that this will help me once I've paid him off from any other monies. So the boiler, originally when I started the boiler fund, I thought I needed a new boiler, completely new boiler, and so I got a 2,000 in there. I've realised actually that the serviceman says there's absolutely nothing wrong with the boiler, so really this money is for to save up towards my service every year. Last year I think it was £70 odd, which is what I'm aiming for this month, and I've just realised I haven't actually decided to put any money into that yet, so I need to sort that out for my budget. So I've put the Save 100 dice challenge in there to save up for that. So that's good. Christmas, I already have a little tracker, so what I'll do is once this year's gone, I will just clean this off obviously, and what I'll do is I'll go down the little bits each week and do it that way, because there is more than enough time there for me to sort of fill that with at least £500. The car insurance, I originally wanted £450, and I know at the minute everything's like going up. My sister's just got her renewal, and she paid annually last year, and it's like double what she paid. I think she paid something like £300 to £400 last year. The cheapest quote that she could get at the minute was something like £850. So I am going to definitely try and save up the 500, so I'm going to use the dice challenge for that one. And then my spa fund, which is one I've recently started for our annual family girls night away or day away, for the spa fund, we think is about 250 that it would cost each, so I'm using the Save 300 for that. So yeah, my plan would be is just literally to go down the line until I've run out of whatever money I've got that week, and then keep a note of where I've got to, so that the following week I can start from there and move on, so that it's not always the same funds that are getting it. I have got a few, I've used it in here as well. So car maintenance, I am using, again, I've got this bloody tracker. Car maintenance, my goal for that was £400 between my MOT and my service. So I'm going to use the Save 400 dice challenge for that. Hair and beauty is fine, date night's fine, gifts is fine, healthcare is right. So healthcare, my goal is £200. So at the minute I really just use this for my prescriptions, but I do have a dental plan, I do have a healthcare plan through work, but obviously it has cost me more recently for sort of dental work and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Save 200 dice challenge for that one, just to try and bulk that one up. What I will do with the others once we start it is obviously some of the others haven't got like trackers or anything, and I think what I'll do is just buy some trackers so that I can kind of still go down the list in the same way. So yes, that's the healthcare one. House, I have put the Save 2K in. And the reason that I have done that is because I desperately want to do some other work on my house. So I've been in this house 8 years now, and I decorated pretty much everything when I moved in. The only thing that didn't get done was the flooring in the kitchen really needed redoing, and it still hasn't been redone, and the flooring in the bathroom is, rather than putting a flooring down, whoever's here before decided to just basically put a load of concrete on the floor and then stick like mosaic stones in it. So it needs replacing really, but it's going to be a big job because I know that to get in there, I am literally going to have to get somebody to basically drill through all the bloody concrete that's on the floor. So yeah, so it's one of them. So I also want a new kitchen at some point because the kitchen that I've got is really not space saving at all. I've got this island in the middle of the kitchen, which I thought was great when I moved in, and then I've realised that it just takes up half the space and I don't really have much storage, and it's just a pain in the bum really. So yeah, so I want to try and save 2,000 because at least then I could start decorating a little bit more, and buying a few new bits of furniture, and maybe even eventually put it towards, you know, getting a new kitchen and some proper work done on the house. So that's going to be the Save 2K. Everything else is the same. I haven't got trackers for those yet, but yeah, I think what I'm going to do is get sort of like I've got for the Christmas one, and get some proper trackers for each one with numbers on, that's like a mixture of different numbers, so that I can just go along and kind of do it on that way. I'm just trying to think of something new and different, because I'm really enjoying the Uno cards, but I want to do something different once the Uno cards is finished. And the thing is with me is that I was putting the same money into the same sinking funds every sort of week. And then because the money was there, I was going, oh, well, I can go there and I can buy that. And so the annuals weren't getting built up, and some of my normal day-to-day sinking funds weren't getting built up either, which meant that I was technically sort of ending up spending money that I hadn't really got budgeted for. So yeah, so that's going to be that for this month. And going forward. So hope you understood all that, because I am aware that I have just like basically rambled on at you for 20 minutes now. Half of that about my sinking funds that I'm not even starting yet, trackers. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you haven't already subscribed and you would like to, then of course I would love to have you here. Please click that subscribe button. There's a little bell for the notifications, and of course if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and even a little comment down below. I do love you know, sort of getting a little bit of feedback from you guys. But yes, until next time, which will be my check-in for the end of the month on Sunday, I'll see you all very soon. Bye guys.